Hi guys, morning guys, good morning, afternoon, good evening guys, welcome back guys. Okay guys, today I want to do the post-trade analysis for this Euro, Strong and Aussie week post that we had on the 30th of April. Okay, so guys, this trade worked out perfectly. Okay, so let's go through and see how we could have gained an entry and where things are at now. Okay, so this was the post guys, looking like euro is in for strong spell through the day with Australian dollar leaning on the weak side. Okay, which means the euro AUD chart will be buying. Okay, so because euro leaning on the strong side and Australian dollar leading on the weak side, and then we had markets have now breached the significant support resistance area, which was 1.585 area. So I'm going to go back to my post. So it was in this area. Okay, so when we were doing the analysis, this move had come in and we had breached this area, which is basically a lot of highs in the past. Okay, and we were looking at trying to get in somewhere here. Okay, which suggests that we could be in for some smooth sailing to the north. Okay, and the fundamentals that we were looking at for this trade guys, there was some Australian news that came out that weren't that great, so that which means that it's goes with our plan, right? Because if you're buying euro and selling Australian dollar, we want the Australian dollar to be weak, and the fundamentals that came out also suggested the same perspective guys. Okay, so for instance, the housing credit and private sector credit for Australia, it had come out while we were doing this analysis, which was 0.2, which is 0.1 down from the previous 0.3, which means the previous month was actually 0.3, and this month we were down to 0.2. Okay, and the private sector credit, it was steady at 0.3. so anyway, this just because this housing credit was less, it was suggesting that Australian would be weaker. Yeah, so yeah, and then we were also expecting a lot of news items to come out through the day. That was going to affect the euro, which was Germany, these import price index, consumer climate, and then French GDP and CPI, Spanish GDP and CPI. They were all going to affect the euro guys. Okay, so anyway, this was the pre-trade analysis guys. If you haven't already seen this video, please have a look at it. So let's do the post-trade analysis and see where we are at, kind of thing guys. Okay, so we were trying to reach these highs here. Okay, market is still going up, so our plan was for the market to pull back to this trend line up down here and gain an entry. The buying pressure on this was very strong guys. Again, now you need to adjust your analysis. Okay, so instead of pulling back all the way to here, it pulled back to just here and went long. Okay, so it's still going long, let it go long, right? And then this trend line, actually we can refine it further up, taking into account this area here. So if I move it further up, it looks a bit better like this, right? So okay, that's fine, but like you gotta know that guys, when you draw a trend line, it's not an exact spot. Okay, it's an area where you want to see some sort of a reaction so that you can get in an entry. Okay guys, so this was the entry area. We had got into this and made about 70 pips. Okay, if you want to close the trade off, you can, or you can let it run and maximize your profits. Okay, and one more thing that you can do is actually close some of your positions and then let the rest run. Okay, so you made some profit and you locked it in, and then you are leaving everything else to if it goes further up, it's great, but if it turns around, that's fine. You've already made a profit. Okay, so okay guys, so hopefully this made sense. So this trade has worked out, and we spoke about why we were trying to buy in this area, and why this was a good buy, okay, in the pre-trade analysis. So basically, again, this was a good buy because we had punched through all these highs that were created previously, okay, by using by this move. Look at how we strongly came out, you know. Like a lot of people, they try to catch this move. That's very dangerous, guys, because you don't know, okay. So the way we are trading, we are very safe in the sense, let that move come out, okay, and tell us that the market is interested in going long, and then we get in later on, okay. And look at how we how late we're getting in, but still it just makes we know that it just as a confirmation that, you know, we are heading north, okay, let's get in, kind of a thing, you know. You don't want to be trying to get into to a trade in this area also. It's also very dangerous, okay. Safe zone is once the market turns around, to get in on a, you know, another pullback later on. People call this many things, guys: failure of a failure, head and shoulder patterns, and whatnot. But yeah, it's just how you see the market, guys, okay. So yeah, guys, okay, so this worked out, and it was a very good trade, guys, okay. And guys, I don't like to do this, in the sense I don't like to show everybody my trades, but I made a screenshot of my entry area, okay. Let me show you. I YouTube, and I saved it. No, live analysis, 30th EURAUD screenshot. This was actually a screenshot of my live account. Oh, what happened? Sorry, go back. No, what happened? Screenshot. Okay. As you can see, I use a different account for my live account, because look at the candle pattern. It's not the same as what's here on FX Pro. My live account is with a different broker, guys, not FX Pro, and I only use the live account to gain an entry. I don't use it to do my analysis, nothing. I've blurred out my entry areas, and not the entry areas, my lot size, okay. These are very private things, guys. We don't want to be sharing, you know, how many lots I'm getting into, how much money I'm making, okay. So we are only concerned about pips, how much pips we are making, okay, guys. How much money you're making, it depends on your account balance and your investment, basically your size of your account, okay. And every trade you only risk a certain percentage of your account. That's money management. Yeah, so yeah, guys, this was the entry area, and this is so that was around 1.59185, which is 1.59, what did I say, 1.59185 area. So somewhere in this area, so I actually got on an entry just when we were breaking this high here, okay, guys. Trade is still running. I've taken some profit. As I said, guys, I don't want to open up my live account, okay. This is just a screenshot of my live account platform. It's also it's an MT4 platform, and yeah, and as you can see, I have some trend lines on my that account. So anyway, so okay, guys, so hopefully, you know, like, I just wanted to show you guys this, because, you know, I don't want you to think that, okay, I'm talking about entering and blah blah blah, but I'm not entering myself. No, I'm getting into the trade as well, guys. But yeah, okay. So anyway, so this is running, let it run. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, and as I said guys, indicators, I don't use many indicators, only moving averages. Okay, that you can use once you start reading the market, you know, naked charts. Put in the indicators at the end, don't use them in the beginning. Okay, I always say to my you know, people who are following me, indicators, they come last. Okay, you need to be able to trade on naked charts, right? Indicators is just help you out, giving that extra confirmation later on, but it's not a first. Okay, so okay guys, so hopefully this made sense, how we get into trades, how we track them. Okay, and it's very it took a while for me to figure this out guys. It took a long time, as I say, you know, in my other recordings. It takes about 3 to 4 years to 5 years to you know, master trading. It's not something that you can do overnight. And yeah, so yeah guys, okay, so let's see how this plays out. I'm not going to do another post trade analysis, but you can follow this trade. It's bound to go further up. Okay, this was just a small profit that we took, and it's bound to go further up north. Okay guys, if it crashes, it's fine, we've already made a profit. But if it goes further north, that's great, because we are still in the trade. By closing off some of our half of our, let's say half of our positions we've closed off, and we've left the half running. Okay guys, so thanks for joining in guys. Hopefully this was very insightful guys. This was a successful trade from beginning to the end. Like, you know, we detailed out why we're following this trade and what fundamentals we were following and the target areas. Okay, and pre-trade analysis here, I'll post this post-trade analysis video straight after this here, once it's uploaded to YouTube guys. Okay, all right guys, thanks for joining in. Bye for now. See you in the next trade guys. Bye.